When I was 8 years old, I learned a lesson that most people spend their entire lives trying to avoid. That nobody is coming to save you. Before you think that that's a sad message, it's actually the most freeing thing I've ever learned. See, when I was a kid, I kept waiting for someone to make the pain stop. Someone to make me feel loved. Someone to make me feel like I belonged. And also somebody to tell me that everything was going to be okay. But eventually, I started to realize something. Nobody was coming to save me. And that realization could have made me incredibly bitter to the world. It could have made me angry, and it could have made me hate the world. Instead, what it did was it taught me something different. That if nobody is coming to save me, then I would have to learn how to save myself. And that's where you have this mental freedom comes from. And see, my entire life, people have misunderstood this entire message. When people hear that nobody is coming to save you, they think it's like being hopeless. But me personally, I don't hear the hopelessness. What I hear is a level of responsibility. Because no one is going to make you happy every single day. Nobody is going to give you your purpose. Nobody is going to hand you a level of confidence. Nobody is going to make you magically heal every single wound that you have ever carried your entire life. Nobody is going to hand you a level of confidence. Nobody is going to make you magically heal every single wound that you have ever carried your entire life. Even if you are deeply in love with somebody, even if you are married, or even if you are in the most crowded room, at the end of every single night, when you go to bed and you close your eyes, you still only have yourself to live with. You have your dreams, you have your goals, you have your choices, you have your regrets and your own potential. And that is your responsibility. Life is absolutely going to hurt you. There are going to be a lot of people that may disappoint you. Some people will also betray you. Some people will tell you that they love you and then fail to love you the way that you actually needed. And here's the hard truth, that you are going to hurt people as well. You're going to fall. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're going to say a lot of the wrong things. A lot of us are going to lose a lot of relationships, whether that's friendships or relationships in general. That's called being human. The question isn't how much pain do you feel. The question that you need to ask yourself when these things happen is, what are you going to do with that pain when it comes? Now, you can easily become bitter, or you can become a little bit more wiser. Do you become cold to the world? Or do you become stronger? Do you want to keep repeating the same patterns and the same cycles and reliving the same exact things? Or do you actually want to stop and ask yourself, what are you learning from it? Every single person my entire life, when they actually get to know me and they understand my entire life, they've always asked me the same exact question. That how have I gone through so much and still love people in general? I sat down and I also had an interview with ReaderHouse.com about the book. And they were amazed. They were amazed about the amount of things that I have been through my entire life. But yet here I am still trying to write this book based around my life in order to inspire other people. And my answer to that question has never changed my entire life. Because becoming cold and guarded has never made sense to me. Why would I abandon the best parts of myself? My heart is incredibly big. It always has been, and it always will be. The world didn't make me cold. And the pain that I endured, whether I created the pain or whether people created it to me, like their levels of betrayal didn't make me become bitter or cold. Because as a child, I learned something that's sitting alone in that dark room, which is written about in the book that's behind me, that the only thing that got me through that pain was learning how to truly love myself. Not somebody else's love, my own. When everything fell apart, I had to learn how to hold myself 100% accountable for the things that had happened in life. I had to learn with each downfall how to truly sit with myself and have incredibly uncomfortable conversations with myself. And once you are 100% holding yourself accountable and loving every part of yourself and having these conversations with yourself, it starts creating a level of clarity that you stop looking for permission to be who you truly are. The realization that most people need to understand is a lot of people will never understand your pain or what you went through. And they're not supposed to. Some battles were fought inside of you where no one else could see them. The victories that you have accomplished, a lot of them have happened in silence. The healing that you have endured behind closed doors. And we all need to learn that it's okay. You don't need every single person to understand your life story. You just need to stop abandoning yourself. And I think that's why so many people become so trapped in life. They hold on to this level of pain. Something traumatic happened in their life and they hold on to that. They allow it to define them. They hold on to the regret. They hold on to a version of themselves that has no longer existed for many years. And then they start carrying that, and they're so unaware that they're carrying this with them every single where that they go. And when you learn to finally let go of that pain and that regret, you become free. Free in your mind. You become free to love. Free to be able to create things. Free to dream. And free to become who you are meant to be, regardless of what anyone else says. I'm not strong because I wanted to suffer through life. I'm strong because I learned how to rebuild over and over and again and again. And it's not because life was fair to me. And it's not because I had all of these magical answers. The truth of the matter is because I refused to quit on myself. I refused to quit on that younger version of me, that little boy that knew what I wanted in life. The only thing I had to endure was I was a kid that was trying to figure everything out by myself. So of course I've made mistakes. Of course I've hurt people. Of course I've gotten hurt. There was a time where I did not know how to communicate to people. There was a time where I did not know what a healthy family or a healthy relationship looked like. But I kept learning. I kept getting back up. I kept growing. And I kept choosing to be better. And that's why I believe that every single person watching this has more strength than they actually truly realize inside themselves. Stop listening to people who tell you what you're capable of. Stop carrying those beliefs that don't fully belong to you. Stop waiting to have permission to be the person you're meant to be. Stop waiting for someone to come rescue you and give you what you want out of life. The person that you have been wanting and waiting for your entire life is literally standing in front of you in the mirror. It's you. If there's one message that I've spent my entire life trying so desperately to share, it's to keep your heart intact. Even if you've been betrayed. Even after you've been disappointed. Even after you have suffered so much grief in life. Even after you have failed numerous times, you keep your heart intact. Because that level of love that's inside of you is still worth choosing. You, as a human being, are still worth choosing. Time is legitimately the only currency that is truly real. You can have all the money in the world, but if you spend your time not doing the things that you love to do, the only thing that you are doing is wasting your time. Spend it becoming the person you were meant to be. Spend it doing the things that you love to do. I don't even care if you love being a father. Spend it being that father. Spend it writing. Spend it creating music. Nobody is going to come save you. And that's why you can legitimately become anything that you want to become in life. Because you are choosing to love who you are and who you are becoming, and so you choose to spend your time doing the things that you love to do. No one is going to come and hand this to you. It's up to you